Hey everyone, this is a short video summarizing my Capstone project titled Evaluating Criticality of Weight-Restricted Bridges to Agriculture, a model for developing crop freight sources and bridge use. This project was completed for the Institute for Transportation Research and Education at North Carolina State University and is based on earlier research created by that client. Bridges with posted weight restrictions can create inefficiencies in the freight transportation system. Agricultural freight is of particular concern because the majority of weight-restricted bridges in the state are located on rural routes. This study presents a methodology for developing crop freight sources, estimating their trucking intensity, and modeling their probable weight-restricted bridge use. The methodology is completed in two steps. In the first step, the USDA Crop Plan Data Layer Raster for North Carolina is processed to create crop freight sources. This is completed in a multi-step process in which roads are reclassified in the CDL. The CDL is converted to polygons to eliminate small fields. Large fields are defined and acreage is aggregated in the vicinity of those large fields. Yield statistics are joined to fields from agricultural statistical districts, and trucking intensity is calculated from yield figures. The figure on the left below shows the aggregation process using these and polygons, and the figure on the right shows final point sources for crop production. The second step of the methodology is network analysis. The closest facility tool is used to conduct network analysis to model routes in 4 directions. Freight sources are used to model routes, and routes that cross bridges are used to model detours. A traversal metric and a detour metric is created for each bridge and summed to create a composite score of criticality. This research project produced several results, the first of which is a novel methodology. The second is 2 custom script tools that automate the workflow for the statewide analysis. The third is a web application with 2 custom geoprocessing tools that I'll demo in a moment. And the fourth is an analysis of criticality for crop sources. The map shown below shows the most critical weight-restricted bridges for the transportation of crop freight in the state of North Carolina based on this methodology. This is the web application created to support the analysis described before. This web app contains 2 custom geoprocessing functions and several data layers. The first custom geoprocessing function is titled Develop Crop Point Sources. In this function, we can create a minimum acreage size for aggregation and define some parameters about what we assume truck trip lengths and trucking weights will be. Then we can select a county for analysis and develop crop point sources for a certain type of crop. I'm going to use the defaults. After about a minute, our results for developing crop point sources look like the figure shown on the map. Crop point sources are shown to have graduated size symbols based on the trucking intensity of the output sources. We can also conduct a network analysis to determine which weight-restricted bridges, if any, may be critical to these sources. The second geoprocessing service is titled Identify Weight-Restricted Bridge Traversals. All we need to do is select an origin for our routes, say this large crop point source in Greene County, and select Run. After a moment, the geoprocessing service develops 4 routes, 1 for each cardinal direction, for the crop point source that we've identified. Weight-restricted bridges that occur on these routes will be highlighted and shown in the results. In this result, no weight-restricted bridges are traversed. However, we can still see the featured layer for each of the 4 routes. I encourage you to take some time to try out these geoprocessing services in the custom web application developed for this research.